This conference will now be recorded.
Okay.
We're going to call the meeting of the County of Otsego IDA to order. Roll call, please, Megan.
Jeff Joyner is absent. Dave Rowley.
Present.
Jeff Lord.
Here.
Craig Gelbsman is absent. Tom Armeo.
Here.
Patricia Kennedy.
Here.
Cheryl Robinson is absent. Andrew Marietta is absent. James Stewart.
Here.
All right, you have a quorum.
We're going to forego the chair's remarks and get right into the major part of the meeting today, and that's the report, financial audit 2021 by Mary Manzanero. Good morning.
Morning. Are you ready for me?
Yes, we are.
Okay. Okay. First, we can go over the IDA's financial statements. It's probably going to be really brief this year because there wasn't a lot of activity. So if you go to the statement of net position, the cash was up about $156,000 this year. You didn't really have a lot of things going on. There was the pilot program or the pilot court program for Corning for about $147,000. Let's see here. Grants receivable, there's still that outstanding grant from for the railroad with New York State for $150,000, and then there was a receivable for the micro enterprise grant program. Notes receivable, $13,000. That just reflects one note that you've been collecting on. There's 3 other notes out there that have been fully allowed for, which I'm not sure at this point I think you do have collateral on them, but I don't know what the chances are of collecting the money real soon at this point. Excuse me?
No, I'm just clarifying what those 3 were.
And what are the 3?
It's Oneana Theater, Foothills, and Enviro Energy. And then the one that's paying is Brooks.
Okay, accounts payable is basically expenses that have to do with the micro enterprise grant program. Okay, moving on to the statement of revenues and expenditures. Again, admin pilot fees were up this year. It had to do with Corning, $147,000. Membership dues was up this year because of dues that were being paid to Mohawk Economic Development, $1,000. Insurance was up about $10,000, and apparently the rates have gone up. What went up for 2021 with Philadelphia Insurance. And overall, the net income was $78,000 this year, so you did show a profit. I guess, there's a lot of information in the notes. We didn't really add any new notes this year. There's a combined statement of net position in the back that combines the IDA with the LDC, which there was no activity for the LDC during 2021. And I guess the other thing I want to point out is that the previous year you had a significant deficiency, which this year you do not have any deficiencies at all. Actually, I'm not even going to go over the report to the board because we didn't have any comments this year. So it was a good, clean year.
Excellent.
Very good.
Is there any questions?
Thank you, Megan.
I didn't. Jim did his
No questions for Mary?
Yeah, I had just one two-part question. Could you repeat what you call the profit number?
It was $78,032.
Okay, and is that as simple as the revenues exceeded expenditures by that amount? Is that where we get that profit number?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. We can move on to the CRC.
She can do it all and then we'll vote.
Go ahead, Mary, I'm sorry.
Oh, is that okay? Sorry.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna change the procedure and we'll go through all three very quick. Go ahead.
Okay. So the CRC, I mean, it's really consistent with the prior year. If you look at the statement of revenue and expenses, I mean, everything is just exactly the same as the prior year with the exception of the grant from 2020 that was paid out for the rail yard. That, I mean, it's pretty consistent. So that there's really just not a lot of activity this year. No, additional activity. Move on to the report to the board. We had a best practice comment in there, which we've had in there for several years now regarding the interest being earned on the cash that's on hand. There's only $64 earned on 641,000. So any questions? Any questions on that one?
No questions? I guess we're going forward.
Okay. Okay, Mary.
Thank you very much.
Rail yards.
Well, no, the rail yards is in the IDA's report.
Oh,
She touched
okay.
it.
The rail yards is combined, and that's what I was saying in the back of the financial statements for the IDA. There's actually combining schedules that take the Oneonta rail yards, LDC, and the IDA and combine them together. But there was no activity for the rail yard this year.
Do we have to have, but do we have to call a meeting to approve?
We will call a meeting to approve
Okay.
the LDC.
And we also, to the board, the annual report for each of these, because they had to include those financial numbers. So starting on page 11 of all the annual reports, you'll see the audit numbers in that section of the report.
Anybody have any questions for Mary at all?
I think the only question I might have is for the three things that are outstanding debts. Are we going to count them as bad debt and write them off, or what's the protocol for that?
We've already, in essence, recognized them as full losses and set aside for them. But I think our theory, and if you wanted to chime in, but our theory was we still have some collateral, and as we're experiencing with Foothills, there may be some collectability of a portion, and we don't want it to drop off the books and kind of become a,
Total
shove
loss.
to the back corner and forget about it kind of thing.
Okay,
But
thank
Mary,
you.
if you have any comments or suggestions.
No, I would agree. And I mean, the point that you actually write them off is when you really know that they're uncollectible and they've got collateral on them. So there is something to gain from them. If at some point that collateral is no longer any good, then I would recommend writing it off.
Okay.
I did talk
Thanks, Jeff.
about this, and he said there is a way that it wouldn't be considered a gift if we have what he called a negotiated settlement. And what he said was that we would have to see, for example, with bills, their bank statements, their audited financials, their current balances, to make a determination that they can't afford to pay that loan off. And then we can negotiate a settlement with them. And what we would suggest is that, at least on that one, we may want to move forward on.
Okay.
If you remember, they've actually made a proposal to us. And their original proposal we rejected.
Right.
Because we were being treated as other entities were being treated. So that's a discussion going forward based on what Joe had to say.
Okay. Thank you.
What we said. Thank you very much, Mary.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Mary.
So do you want to move to approve those reports?
Yeah, we're gonna.
Yeah.
We already opened the meeting, so we're gonna go ahead and do the code.
Yeah, yep.
Since basically, if there are no questions, we can move to new and unfinished business. And the first order of business is to approve, this is under the County of Otsego IDA, approve the 2021 financial audit.
Let's move.
Thank you, Jeff.
Second,
Second.
Tricia,
Thank you, Tricia.
any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? No one. Also approve the 2021 IDA annual report.
So moved.
Motion? Yeah. Second?
Second.
Jim?
Thank you, Jeff. Jim?
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Any public involved?
I don't see anyone from the public there or here.
Any need for an executive session?
I don't believe.
Motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Moved.
Second.
So now let's move to Capital Resource Corporation. Call that meeting to order. Roll call, please, Megan.
Jeff Joyner is absent. Dave Rowley.
Present.
Jeff Lord.
Here.
Craig Gelbsman is absent. Tom Armayo.
Here.
Patricia Kennedy.
Here.
Robinson is absent. Andrew Marietta.
Here.
And James Stewart.
Here.
Okay.
Forego the chairman's remarks, move into new and unfinished business. You need a motion to approve the 2021 CRC financial audit.
So move.
Thank you, Jeff.
Second,
Second.
Thank you, Jim.
discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried unanimously. Motion to approve the 2021 IDA.
Oh, sorry,
Nope,
that should
never
say
mind.
CRC.
Pardon me. Yeah,
Yeah,
I just was reading.
yeah, I wrote. I
Approve
did.
2021 CRC annual report.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you, Patricia. I think Jeff said second.
Mhm.
Jeff,
I did.
Jeff, thanks, Jeff. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? No opposed, unanimously. No public. Motion to adjourn.
So moved.
We are adjourned. Do we have open?
Second. Second.
Yeah, sorry, then we gotta open LDC.
Pardon me.
Yeah, we have to
Yeah,
open the
okay.
LDC. Yeah.
So our last meeting for the morning is the Oneonta Rail Yard Local Development Corporation. So we'll call the meeting to order. Roll call, please.
Jeff Joyner is absent. Dave Rowley.
Here.
Jeff Lord.
Here.
Craig Gelbsman is absent. Tom Armayo. He's here. He's muted. Patricia Kennedy.
Here.
Cheryl Robinson is absent. Andrew Marietta.
Here.
And James Stewart.
Here.
Okay.
We will skip chairman's remarks and go to new and unfinished business. First order of business is to approve the 2021 LDC financial audit. Do I have a motion?
I'd move. A second, whatever.
Second, Jeff, I think.
Yep, and then Jeff.
Yep.
Thank you.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
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 I think Jeff is there.
Yep, he is.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Parents reporting investment report, procurement report, and annual report. Motion to approve.
So moved.
Patricia.
Don and Patricia, first and second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Andrew disappeared.
He's there.
Andrew, yes, you, yes? Yeah, he's yes, okay.
I'm here.
Okay. No opposed, motion carries unanimously. There is no public in on this meeting, and we need a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
All right.
Meeting is adjourned.
Just a comment.